morning, everybody. My name is Reverend Emily Bruce. I'm the minister of this congregation. Welcome to First Parish. It's so good to see all of your shining faces today. If you're visiting us, welcome. We're glad you're here. And let's also take a moment to say hi to everybody joining us on Zoom. Hello! As Unitarian Universalists, we are a people of diverse beliefs, but we share a common faith. A faith that every single person is worthy of love. A faith that what we do in and for our world today is what really matters. And a faith that we are connected by an interdependent web to each other and to our earth home. So whoever you are, whomever you love, and however you make meaning out of the world around us, you are welcome here with us this morning. This morning's service is all about gratitude. Thanksgiving is upon us this week, and we are reminded, if not bombarded, with messages to be grateful. And that's true, and that's good, and that's sometimes not so easy when our world is full of turmoil as it is these days. So our service today will make some space to name some of that and still, hopefully, find our way towards gratitude and thanks. So as our service begins, I invite you first to silence your cell phones if you have not already. It only takes a second and it makes such a difference. And join me in taking a deep breath in and out. Let's do that one more time. In and out. Get comfortable in your seat, whatever that looks like for you. Let your hands rest wherever they feel they want to rest. Feel your back against the pew, and whatever tension you might be carrying in your shoulders or your neck or your face or anywhere else, just try ever so lightly to let it go. Take one more deep breath in and out, and let this space be a space of peace and connection and belonging as we worship together for the next hour. Our service will begin with lighting our chalice, which is the symbol of our Unitarian Universalist faith. And as always, is there a volunteer who would like to come light the chalice while our worship associate Bob Koska shares some words? Taker today, Kathy Kay.
This morning we light our chalice with these words by Katie Gilfan. We light our chalice as a symbol of gratitude as we celebrate the abundance of our lives together. In this sanctuary, we harvest bushels of strength for one another and offer our crop with the hands of compassion and generosity. In the authentic and gentle manner of our connections, we cultivate a simple sweetness to brighten our spirits. May we be grateful for the way we nourish and uplift each other, for it is in the sharing of this hallowed time together that sustains us. Come, let us worship together. Now I invite you to rise in body or in spirit and join us in singing our first opening hymn, We Gather Together, which is number 349 in the gray hymnal. Some of our choir members will lead us through the singing parts of the hymn.
Sorry, okay. Forget it. Sorry. That's what language.
That's okay.
Today we honor the many transgendered beloveds in our world who have been lost this year, lost to hatred and violence and prejudice. And we ask, how long must they suffer for the world's ignorance and fear? As we hold the truth that all trans lives are sacred and holy, we pray that the hearts of those who commit anti-trans violence be softened. They return to their own humanity, and that our trans beloveds may live into the safety and freedom that is their right. This prayer for safety and freedom extends outward to the many lives in our world suffering oppression, to the soldiers and families in Ukraine, to the people of Gaza, and to the immigrant families here in our own midst, among many others. In this week of Thanksgiving, may the many hands that work for peace and justice around this world be strengthened. May those fighting the good fight be joined in spirit and in effort to help bring about the world of peace and love that we all long for. And may we know our part in this work too, for none of us are free until all of us are free. Let's also remember the blessings of this life and the many reasons we have to be joyful and grateful today for our families, for our friends, and for this community of belonging, for all the ways we know our connection to our Mother Earth, and for our ability to respond to a world in need with compassion and care. In the name of the great love that surpasses all understanding, may it be so, and amen. Let us now hold a few moments of silence and meditation together. Thank you, and amen.
This morning's reading is by Chris Heater, who is a poet, wilderness guide, and founder of the Wild Institute. This is her Thanksgiving poem. For the peace and promise of a sunshine, the quickening of breath that comes when we take in the beauty of our surroundings, for the mystery and humility of daring to see how we are all connected, for the opportunity over and over again to choose joy, for waking up every day to the unknown and the courage to walk into that day, for loved ones and trusted few, for whom we dare to be truly seen, for the ones we touch and those who touch us, never knowing the grace exchanged, for teachers and wise companions who shed light on our path, for seasons of sun and rain and bountiful harvests, for the reprieve of winter stillness, for the wild ones with whom we share this earth, those who see and those we never will, for the connection beyond words of the beloved fur companions who purr and bound and know when to sit upon and offer soft fur to lean against, for giving and receiving, for doors opened and walls broken down by the simple and spiraling depth of love, for belonging to ourselves, to one another, to the world. When we give, we say yes to something we value. In this congregation, we take up an offering each week to say yes to the values of our UU faith and yes to this beloved community. You may place your offering in the plate as it passes, or you may give to the church via Venmo. There is a QR code in your order of service. If you give via Venmo, please make sure to write one of two things in the memo line. If your contribution is part of your annual pledge to support the church, please write pledge in the memo line. Otherwise, please write plate in the memo line. Please give as you are able. Today's offering will be gratefully received. Our offering anthem today is Simple Gifts, arranged by Donald Moore. Words are from a traditional Shaker tune and are set to the music. I'm sorry, I can't read it.
Thank you, choir. Love that song. So yesterday, as I was setting out for the library to write my homily, if you don't know, I like to write in libraries because it's a great place to concentrate. I stopped to check my mail, and like many of you, I'm sure I get a lot of junk mail. So I was delighted to see a handwritten envelope in the mailbox. And I opened it to find this Thanksgiving card from our very own caring team. How many got a card this week? I'm sure many of you did. On the front it says, "Gratitude is where happiness begins," with a cute little picture of a fox, because everything's made better with a cute little picture of a fox. And on the inside it says, "So thankful for you, Reverend Emily. Happy Thanksgiving from all your caring friends at First Parish." So lovely. Who's here from our caring team today? Raise your hand. Thank you. Let's give them a round of applause. They do so much wonderful and necessary and unseen work in our congregation. And these cards are a big part of their work, and it makes a difference. So thank you very much. We all know how important it is to be grateful, to remember the people and the pets and the places that you love, how they enrich your life, and how we should all practice an attitude of gratitude, right? But just because we know it's important to be grateful doesn't mean we're always good at remembering to be grateful, especially when things are hard. And things are really hard right now for many, many people. In fact, some of you may be finding your gratitude these days served with a side of guilt, because there is so much need and only so much that each of us on our own can do to meet that need. As many of us are being reminded of the importance of gratitude this week, this Thanksgiving week, I'm curious how many of you are also struggling with that. Might be feeling some anxiety or frustration or grief. A lot of our grief these days is going unspoken, I think. So let's name some things. Let's put some things on the table that some of you might actually be feeling in this season of gratitude. Tired? Anybody tired? Anybody exhausted from doing all the things? Yep, I see hands. And worrying about all the other things that you can't do or can't take care of? Who's feeling just tapped out? Anybody feeling tapped out? I know. You don't have to raise your hands. You don't have to acknowledge this publicly. I'm not asking you to, but feel free if it helps. And I'm sorry to say this out loud, but it's not even Christmas season yet officially. It's not. Thanksgiving is Thursday after Thanksgiving. That's my rule that I force everyone to live by. That no one actually does, but don't tell me you've started or finished your Christmas shopping yet. I do not want to hear it, okay? I just don't. So that's definitely a shared emotion in this room. Angry at the state of the world, frustrated by the sheer abuses of power that are going on around us, and outraged that somebody somewhere can't find some way to do something about it. Yes? Yes. This sermon's got me a little angry, and I gotta say, I'm grateful for my anger right now. I've been doing some ranting with friends, just getting together and yelling about all the things we can't control, and I gotta say, it's really helping a lot. It's clearing the pipes. So if that appeals to you, find some good friends that you can rant with. Yes. Thank you, Donna. I mean, don't actually punch people. I'm not actually asking you to punch people, but like you are, you're doing this. I'm not to this, but just expressing, yes. Finally, it seems unimaginable in some ways, at some times, that we can possibly be grateful for our world right now when there are so many people being hurt, so many people being literally terrorized, and so many people having so much stripped away from them. So if any of that resonates with you, and you are having trouble mustering some gratitude right now, please know that you are not alone. This room in the past few minutes should tell you that you are not alone. So I get a lot of daily emails, different devotionals and prayers and poems. It's part of my morning spiritual practice to read them, to do some journaling, and of course to drink lots and lots of coffee. And one email I got this week quoted Psalm 14, which is about corruption and greed and those who act like they are God. Verses 3 and 4 reads in part, "All have turned away, all have become corrupt. There is no one who does good, not even one. Do these evildoers know nothing? They devour my people as though eating bread." That last line got my attention, knowing that we were doing our bread communion ritual this Sunday. And in our ritual, as you'll learn in a few minutes, bread is held up as a sacred metaphor for all the ways that we are nourished by our families, by our friends, by our church community, and by our earth. So this idea of devouring people like bread speaks to perhaps the biggest heartbreak that I am suffering from right now. The question that I find is sitting like the heaviest weight on my chest. And that question is nothing sacred anymore? When people are literally thrown away, when lives are destroyed to score political points, where's the reverence for life? When money for food is taken away, when subsidies for health care are on the chopping block, where's the understanding of the interdependent web? When all climate legislation and clean energy initiatives are being scuttled, where is the care for our common home, our beautiful and our fragile Mother Earth? Devouring people and resources and funding and initiatives like bread really speaks to this moment, doesn't it? Like they and we mean nothing. Because nothing is sacred to those who adore the world to meet their own ends. Nothing is sacred to them. Now, the psalm, of course, does not leave it there. It goes on to say this, quote, "They are overwhelmed with dread, for God is present in the company of the righteous. You evildoers frustrate the plans of the poor, but the Lord is their refuge." God is present in the company of the righteous. What does it mean to be the righteous? Now, I know the Merriam-Webster definition, but I'm asking all of you to consider what it would mean to call yourself one of the righteous. What are some words that you might use to define righteous? Any responses? Anybody? Say again? Honest. Good one. Anyone? Caring. Thank you. Do the right thing. Justice. Generous. Moral. Integrity. Ooh, lots of words. Kindness. Good. Fairness. Good. Those are all excellent, excellent words. Courage. What about loving? Loving? What about grateful? Are the righteous grateful? Perhaps the self-righteous aren't grateful, but we're not talking about them right now. I got a whole other sermon about self-righteousness. So just put that to the side for now. Here's a thought. How can you embrace gratitude, not as something you're supposed to be and do and have this year, but something that defines your sense of self? Think about that. Something that's an integral part of your morality, your hope, your faith, however you choose to define it. Gratitude as an integral part of your identity. Something that you are called to be, because in this tradition where it is all about figuring out who each of us is called to be in this world, what if you are called to be grateful every day? The psalm tells us that God, or the divine, or the mystery, choose your own word here, is present in the company of the righteous. And what the psalmist is really saying, I think, is that wherever the good people are, that's where love shows up, right? Wherever the honest people are, that's where love is. Wherever the righteous gather, love is in the very air they breathe and the food that they share together. So being righteous is being honest and ethical and grateful, and doing your part to help love grow and be shared in this world of ours that is in desperate need of it, right? Desperate need. So this Thanksgiving, as you gather around whatever table you are preparing to gather around, I ask you to consider these righteous acts. In the face of those that may try to devour people like bread, set a banquet where all are welcome. In the midst of those trying to tear down and destroy, light some candles, pull out a chair, and offer to make someone a plate. In a time when so much around us seems to be falling down, create welcome and shelter at your table so that you may shelter and grow this community of the righteous, which, spoiler alert, you're all part of. You are all the righteous. When it gets hard and you feel tired or overwhelmed or angry, just remember that wherever you are, love is there too, always. And love is the ultimate nourishment that we need and the greatest gift that we can give ourselves and each other. And for that, I am forever grateful. So now, I invite you into our bread communion ritual. So I'm going to ask the ushers to get up and start giving out the bread. They're going to come down the center aisle with baskets. There's one basket for each side. When you get your bread, I'll start with this because I'm going to have to repeat it a couple times. Don't eat it. Wait. Patience is a virtue. So inside each basket is a Baker's Harvest oat bread from Hearth Bakery in Plymouth, which is very good. There's also in a little cup some gluten-free crackers. Go ahead, yeah. There's some gluten-free crackers in the cup, so if you're gluten-free, feel free to take one of those. Now, if you don't want to participate in this ritual, that is totally okay. Please just let the basket pass you. The purpose of our free faith is that we follow our own paths for truth and meaning. So that means if you don't want to participate, we honor and respect your choice. You can still participate in the ritual without eating bread. Okay. I'm going to keep talking for a bit while they do this. So the ritual of breaking bread together is one that has been shared by the human family in various forms for millennia, giving thanks for the harvest and offering prayers that the earth will sustain life once again. In the Christian tradition, the disciples broke bread together during a Passover meal on the eve of Jesus' crucifixion. As they did, they remembered the Jews' escape to freedom from enslavement in Egypt. They broke bread together in the depth of their grief and their fear, and in doing so, they asserted that the forces of empire, violence, and evil, thank you. I never get bread for these sorts of things. Thank you. So as they broke bread, they did so asserting that the forces of empire and violence and evil would not extinguish the forces of life, hope, and love. This ritual can also connect us through time and space to our history, to all the meals we have shared with our families, to the many friends we have welcomed to our table, and the many friends who have welcomed us to their table, times of joy and celebration, and times of grief and sorrow. Finally, this ritual connects us to all people across time who have shared a common table, to the earth and the sustenance that we have gathered from her, to the animals and the plants that have fed us, and to the deep and profound cycle of life that has nourished living beings for eons. This morning, we honor all of this through this ancient and simple ritual of breaking bread together, and we lift up a practice of gratitude for all the ways we are fed and sustained by our families, by our community, and by Mother Earth. It's okay. Give it another minute while everybody gets their bread. It's okay, Bonnie. Again, don't eat it yet. I know some of you are. I'm not going to look at you because I know who's doing it. I'll just say, you know who you are. All right, are we all set? Does everybody who wants bread have bread or a cracker or something? All right, thank you. Thank you, ushers. Thank you, Joan. Thank you, Carol. So in the space of our community gathered here, Let us give thanks for the larger forces that hold us, for the earth, its large body which sustains us and gives us life. We give thanks for this meeting house, for the floor, walls, and roof of this building, cared for by the ancestors of our community to provide a sacred space of worship for all of us. We give thanks for the ultimate mystery, the source and sustenance of all creation that some call God, but knows many names, many shapes, and many identities. And finally, for the abiding force of love that holds us, will always hold us, and will never let us go. Friends, there is so much for us to be grateful for today. So I invite you to hold up your piece of bread or your cracker and look at it. See the miracle of it, made from earth and water and warmed by fire. As you notice the texture, take a sniff. What do you smell? All food has a scent. And what are you smelling now? Is your mouth starting to water? Are you hungry for lunch? Does the scent bring up memories of baking or kitchen or being at home or family? Still don't eat it. I invite you now, if you feel so comfortable, close your eyes. And let's take a moment to contemplate our gratitude for all that gives us life, all that sustains us. What do you have to be grateful for in this moment right now? What about in this week? What do you have to be grateful for this week? In this month? And in this year that is ever so slowly drawing to a close? Who are the beloved faces that you see in your mind's eye right now? What are the experiences and memories that are surfacing in your heart? Who or what are the sources of wisdom, joy, and peace that your soul turns to like a flower to sunlight? In what ways has life been generous to you with these blessings that you're calling up right now? Please take a moment in silence now to relish this generosity of people, places, ideas, and things that feed your heart, your mind, and your soul each day. I invite you to speak your gratitude for them silently on your heart. And when you're ready, I invite you to take and eat your bread. Okay. Once your mouth is no longer full, pardon me, please repeat after me. It is a blessing. It is a blessing to be. It is a blessing to be here. It is a blessing to be here together. It is indeed, friends. May it be so, always. Amen.
Before we sing our closing hymn, we have a few announcements. If you are visiting us today, please, we invite you to join us after the service for coffee hour in the Beal House across the street, next to the parking lot. Please be sure to check out our info island, welcoming table to sign up for a newsletter, sign to get name tags, and learn more about us. Our Silver Bells Fair is coming up on Saturday, December 6th. There are numerous ways to help out with this important fundraiser for the church. Please see the weekly newsletter for more information on how you can get involved. I'm going to give you a little from me. The Silver Bells Fair is not just the fundraiser. The Silver Bells Fair is one of the ways that we come together and share, working, laughing. It's really a good opportunity to get to meet other people in the church if you're new at this. All of us should have an opportunity to give a little bit of time to our church. If you can give an hour of time on the Silver Bells Fair, it would be greatly appreciated by the people doing it. And by the way, start thinking about maybe signing up to help run some of these things. We have people that have been doing this for a long time. We don't want them to get burned out. I want to see them with smiles on their face when I go to the Silver Bells Fair. So it's important that we all pitch in. Now, please rise in body or spirit to join us in singing our closing hymn. We're going to sit at the welcome table, which is number 407 in the gray hymnal.
Extinguish our chalice. I invite you to bring your gratitude with you out into the world, your gratitude for each other, for this community, and for our beautiful and broken world that is in need of our love and gratitude. So go in peace and in love for yourselves and each other. And happy Thanksgiving!